Courtland, just how tough was it to kind of see that, that you guys lost KJ?
Yeah, it's very, very sad and unfortunate. You never want to see anybody go down with an injury, but one of your brothers, especially somebody that look as like a little bro, you never want to see that happen. And I obviously me, being fresh off of that process, I understand what he's about to have to go through, and I've just tried to encourage him as much as I can, and then reassuring him that I'm gonna be here the majority of the process, because I understand those dark days that he's about to have to go through, and just encouraging words are always nice to have when you're going through that process. So I know he's gonna work his butt off to get back to where he wants to be at, and it's gonna be a long journey. But if anybody's up for it, I know he's mentally gonna be one of those guys that go in there and dominate it.
You were mic'd up. The Broncos tweeted out that mic'd up version. At one point, you said of Tim Patrick, "You're different." What makes Tim different?
Man, everything he does. I mean, I joke with Tim all the time about just like how everything for him, he has a process for everything he does. His morning routine has to be exactly a certain way. His middle of the day has to be the exact certain way. His before practice, his in practice, his after practice, like everything he does is so specific, because he has this idea of what he wants his preparation to be like, and he doesn't let anything skew him from that preparation. And I mean, we've seen the success that he's had over the past couple seasons and over these past few games, and it's because of how he does stuff. And we in our room, we always say doing things differently. And he is one of those people that embodies that throughout his entire day. And obviously on Sundays he goes out there and makes plays, and it's fun to watch.
With Jerry and KJ going down, do you and Tim have to kind of look at each other and be like, all right, obviously you got a bunch of other guys, but do you have to carry that load and the leadership load as well?
Our mindset is to go out there and prepare to go and be the best that we can be when our numbers are called. And we'd love to have 10-1 out there, because they bring something different to the table, just like everybody else in our room does. But Tim and I's preparation doesn't change. It's not hey, we have to go out here and go be superheroes because we don't have those guys. It's, hey, let's go be superheroes because that's what we do. Let's go make plays because that's what we do. And like I said, having 10-1 is obviously on the field is obviously a big plus, but those guys not being there doesn't make us change our preparation into going into the game.
Court, you haven't been in a close game yet in the fourth quarter. From what you've seen in training camp, the preseason, are you confident, or what gives you confidence that Teddy and you guys can put a big drive together late in the game if you need to?
Shoes, from everything we saw, throughout the season, throughout the game so far, in those. If the way that we operate, in those games, if anybody's seen it, we've had a few 2-minute operations going into halftime. We've had situations where we operate under pressure of the clock. We don't allow the situation of the game to be bigger than our preparation. And we prepare every day when we come out to practice on situations, whether it's a 2-minute situation, end of half, end of game, just practicing those situations so that whenever the time does come, our preparation has got us prepared to be able to go out there and execute at a high level.
Courtland, do you spend extra time with Deontay Spencer this week and talking to David Moore to kind of welcome him, but getting both those guys, I guess, up to speed?
Oh, yeah. Kind of piggybacking off said earlier, our room, we prepare as if, as if everybody's going to go out there and start, That's just how we get ourselves ready for the game. And I don't have any concern with Spence or Kendall and their preparation. I know those guys are doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that they're ready for it. If they got to go in there and run whatever play is called, they can go out there and operate and do what they're supposed to do at a high level. And we as a group are also taking David in and just making sure that he's good, and understanding the how we do things, understanding helping him with the playbook, helping him with practice, helping him with everything that comes with not only just our receiver room, but being a Bronco. And he's embracing it, and we're excited to have him out on the field with us.
Got the RDA hoodie there, Ruthless, Decisive, Aggressive, right?
Correct.
Which of those is most important?
Man, I think they all work together. Every part of it is something that embodies the way we go out and play. Ruthless. Going out there and sending a message every time we line up and run a route, or even if it's a run play. Everything that we do has to have a meaning with it. And being decisive, we make split-second decisions most of the game, whether you're reading the defense, whether you're trying to decide how you want to, come out of a break, what kind of release you're going to use. All of those things are things you have to be very decisive with that. And then aggressive, that's just the tenacity that, we want to play with when we're on the outside. We don't look at ourselves as a ordinary receiver core, and we try to carry ourselves in that manner, being different, and we embody that.
You become close to Vaughn. He just won AFC Defensive Player of the Month. You surprised at all, or is this just the beginning of what could be a very special season for him?
Man, I'm not surprised at all. The way Vaughn rehabbed to get himself back to the space that he's in, I didn't have any concern about him coming back and being who he was. And it's funny, the media as a whole, I think looks at certain things and they say somebody might be getting this up in age or coming off an injury, like to poke the bear a little bit. And I think Vaughn was that bear that got poked this process in his rehab, and he heard the things that people were saying about him not being the same guy and him not being able to come back and be the same guy. And he's on a mission to prove to, I don't think not to everybody else, but also to himself, that he is who he is. And I've been saying this since, he and I have been able to come back, that, people are questioning Von Miller, but you got to think about what you're, in that situation. It's Von Miller. The guy isn't going to, his mindset isn't going to change. He's going to always continue to grow his mindset into being the best version of him, the best leader that he can be for our team. And I never second-guessed him being able to come back and have success. And, it's still early, and I'm excited to watch the rest of it for sure.
Courtland, what do you see from the Ravens defense and their secondary specifically?
They play hard. They got some ballers back there. They got some guys that can make plays. They are historically known for being able to have a really good defense, and they're going to do certain things to you and just say, go beat us. And that's for us as a receiver and as an offense, we look at it as a challenge, and we're going to go out there and go and perform the way we know how to perform, prepare this week so that when we show up on Sunday, we can go out there and play at a high level.
Is one of those things, they blitz so much you have to be ready for the ball to come out quick sometimes?
Yeah, 100%. They bring a lot of pressures, and they'll man you up on the outside, and it's pretty similar to stuff that we've seen from Jacksonville and the Jets. They'll bring pressures and kind of challenge us on the outside to go out there and make plays. And like I said, we're going to prepare the same way we prepare every week and put ourselves in positions to go out there and be successful. And I'm very confident that our room is going to prepare like we're supposed to, so that Sunday we can go out there and play fast and have a lot of fun. Thank y'all.